Fetch, Becky, Bravo. There was an old man who lived at the top of a very high mountain. He had no one with him but his dog named Fetch Snitch. He was very old and his knees often wobbled. He could not go down the mountain and climb up again. The village people at the foot of the mountain were also too busy to be able to see the old man at the mountain top. Very time had felt lonely. The old man would call Fetch and let him get something down the mountain that can amuse him. First, Fetch got him a bronze master said the dog. Here is a gift from the Mount Wash house. Is full of music. When the old man became lonely again, Fetch got him something from the village. Next, Fetch went down the mountain and he came back. He brought a sungka. Master, here is a gift from the man whose house is full of places. Fetch said the next things he brought from the village from the old man were a pet monkey, a parrot, and a music box, which he said were also gifts from different people. One day, however, the old man needed something else. The world moused him. Fetch hurriedly went down the mountain from the east side to west side and around and back again just to feed one last thing that could amuse his masters. Fetch talked to the village people, so the people went up the mountain and soon decided to build their house around the old man's house. The old man was very happy. He talked his dog Fetch, saying, "You have served me well. You have fetched me the village. I am pleased." Fetch, Becky, Bravo.
The learner omitted a word adapted.
There was an old man who lived at the top of.
Instead of saying who, the learner said who, and for live, the learner said libet.
A berry hit a mountain.
High is mispronounced as he, and mountain is mispronounced as a mountain.
He had no one with him but his
Bat is mispronounced as bout.
dog named Petch.
The learner mispronounced the word named and said named.
Snitch.
The learner said snitch.
He was very old and his knees often wobbled.
Niece is mispronounced as nest. Often is mispronounced as often. Wobbled is mispronounced as wobbled.
He could not
Could is mispronounced as cold.
go down the mountain and climb
The learner said climbed.
up again.
Again is mispronounced as again.
The village people at the foot of the mountain
Mountain is mispronounced again, but this time I've heard mounted.
were also to
To is mispronounced as to.
busy, to be able to see.
To is mispronounced as to. Able is mispronounced as able, and the learner mispronounced again the word to and said to.
The old man at the mountain top. Very time
Every is substituted by the word very.
head feel
Head is mispronounced as head.
lonely.
The learner said lonely.
The old man world called fetch
Wood is substituted by the word world.
and let him get something
The learner said something.
down the mountain that can amuse him.
The learner once again mispronounced the word mountain and said mounted. She also made a successful correction attempt. The first word that she said is the and corrected it with the word dot. Can is mispronounced as can. Amuse is mispronounced as a mouse.
First fetch got him a
Got is mispronounced as goat.
brown master side.
The learner first said brownra and the second attempt is brownja. Master is mispronounced as master and said is mispronounced as side.
The dog her is a
The learner said her.
gift from the mount wash.
Man is mispronounced as mount. Whose is substituted by the word wash.
House is full of music when the old man
The learner made a successful correction. The first word that she had said is maan and the second one is man.
become lonely again.
The learner substituted the word became with the word become. The learner also made the successful correction. The first word that she had said is len and the second one is lonely.
Fetch got him
Got is mispronounced as got.
something from the village. Next fetch went down
Went is also mispronounced as wed.
the mountain and
The learner once again mispronounced the word mountain and this time she said mountain.
the he
When is substituted by the word the.
come back.
Came is also mispronounced as come.
He brought a
Brought is mispronounced as browed.
sungka.
The learner first said songka, and the second word that she have said is sungka.
Master, her is
Here is mispronounced as her.
a gift from the man whose house
Whose is mispronounced as was.
is full of places.
The learner said places.
Fetch side.
The learner said side.
The next things he brought from the
Brought is mispronounced as browned.
village from the
For is substituted by the word from.
old man were a pet monkey,
The learner said monkey.
a parrot, and a box.
Music is mispronounced as musics. Box at first is read as byak, and then the learner corrected it and said the word box.
Which he said
Said is mispronounced again, and the learner said side.
were also gift from
The learner said also, and the S is omitted.
different people.
The learner said different.
One day, our bed,
The learner said however.
the old man
Needed is mispronounced at first as Ned, and once again mispronounced it as need.
something else. The world mouse him.
Else is mispronounced as alls. That is substituted by the word the, and would is substituted by the word world. Amuse is mispronounced as mouse.
Fetch hardly went down
The learner mispronounced the word hurriedly and said hardly. Went is pronounced as when.
the mountain.
Mountain this time is mispronounced again as mountained.
From the east side to west side,
To once again is read as to.
and around and back again just to feed one.
The learner once again mispronounced the word to and said to. Find is mispronounced as feed.
Last thing that called a mouse
Could is substituted by the word called, and amuse is mispronounced as a mouse.
is masters.
The learner said masters.
Fetch talked to the
Talk is mispronounced as talked. To once again is mispronounced as to.
village people.
So is mispronounced as saw.
The people went up the mountain,
The learner once again said mountained.
and soon the decided to build their house around.
Decided at first is mispronounced as dig, and for the second time, the learner mispronounced it and said decided. Build is mispronounced as bowled. The S in houses is omitted.
The old man's house. The old man was very happy. He told his
The learner said tall kid.
dog fetch, saying,
The first syllable in the word saying is repeated.
"You have served me."
Served is mispronounced as served, and me is repeated.
Well, you have fetched me.
Fetch is mispronounced as fetched.
The village. I am pleased.
I is repeated, and please is mispronounced as pleased.